guess what? It was 2 inches. I grew it by 1.5 inches. It's 3.5 inches now. Whoa, Conor's bragging.
Okay. So according to Conor Murphy, again, he gained 70-80% of his initial length from using... How's it going, boys? In today's video, we're going to be looking at Conor Murphy. So Conor is a famous YouTuber, and according to him, he grew his penis by 1.5 inches. So today we're going to be looking at those claims, at that video that he did about gaining those gains, which are astronomical gains, by the way. There are huge gains in penis enlargement standards. So I'm going to cut through the first 4.5 minutes because he's basically trying to waste your time throughout the whole video, trying to boost the watch time. So I don't want to waste your time. Let's start from the 4.5 minute mark where he actually starts giving some actual details on his gains.
Guess what? It was 2 inches. I grew it by 1.5 inches. It's 3.5 inches now. Whoa, Conor's bragging. Whoa, no.
Okay. So first of all, I don't believe that his dick is 2 inches. That's number one. Second of all, if his dick was 2 inches, there is absolutely no way on earth that he gained another 1.5 inch. It's almost like 100% gain, more like 80% gain, which I don't know a single person on the planet that gained this. And also, if he did gain, he should have at least provided proof, you know, at least the after. But anyway, like having a 3.5 inches dick, you know, after photo will not say much. And in my book, if you say something, you have to back it by proof. So when I gained an inch, I actually showed my before and I showed my after photos, and I, you know, put it publicly for people to see it. It's on my OnlyFans, by the way, if you guys want to see it. But to just say that, hey, I gained 1.5 inches from 2 inches, like, makes me wonder, why the hell are you saying that? Like, that's 100% a lie. And you are saying that on YouTube publicly. It's very silly, in my opinion. And it makes guys have false hope to what's possible with penis enlargement. And throughout the video, I kind of verified that it's an actual lie, and I'm gonna let you know why later in this video.
I am doing this to help you, okay? Fixing an insecurity can be extremely powerful. Yes, you can go down the route of becoming spiritually enlightened, and all the insecurities go away. But if someone can't get there, if they're struggling, they can start out by fixing insecurities, because that will actually get them closer. Remember, optimizing the self for the best mental, physical, and spiritual health will help you get on this path. Okay? Remember, this enlightenment thing, this higher level of consciousness is a natural thing, and we need to optimize our true health to allow it to be known. So, what does fixing an insecurity do? Well, it decreases mental stress. Okay? It gets you more in the present moment. It gets you out of your head. It gets you to a more spiritual place because you're more present. You're in a more meditative state throughout the day when you're not constantly thinking about your insecurities. It raises your vibrations. When you...
Dude, don't you just love it when those spiritual people like start talking about energies, vibrations, spirituality? Like, the problem with those words is like you can't really argue them in a logical sense. Like, how the hell am I gonna argue if penis extender is actually raising your vibrations or not, or making you more spiritual? Like, the only thing I agree on is, sure, it's gonna make you less insecure. Obviously, like, you are improving yourself, you're gonna feel better about yourself, less insecure, you're gonna worry less about those problems. That I agree with. But everything else about spirituality, and, you know, I have no idea how the penis extender is actually related to spirituality. And I also have no idea why the hell is he not wearing a t-shirt and hanging a stone from his chest. Maybe because he wants to show that he's more spiritual. But yet again, you know, people that are spiritual, at least in my book, do not speak the way he's speaking. It sounds to me extremely salesy and extremely silly. That's just my opinion.
Get rid of an insecurity, you are happier. You're closer. You're closer. Okay? So fixing insecurities is a great way to improve your health. And that's just going to help get you on the path. So if an insecurity is easily fixable, and it's healthy, and it's not expensive, why not do it? Why not? Yes, you could go down the path where you have an ego death, realize that you are more than just a self, and that insecurity no insecurities cause suffering. But if you're not there yet, why not work on an insecurity? It's fine. It's no big deal. Work on it. Oh my gosh, some people, Conor, this is all ego. You just want to increase your thing because of ego. Guys, if this was for ego, I would keep it a secret. Don't you get it? Why would I be telling you? I'm not selling this product. I'm not selling anything. Sure, I'm getting some YouTube views. Cool, wow, YouTube views. No, I'm doing this to better the world. If it was egoic, I would keep this secret for myself. From an egoic state of mind, a bunch of guys with bigger things only hurts me. Because comparatively, now I'm not as cool. Now I'm not as optimal. That's not how it works. I want all of consciousness to flourish because I'm all of consciousness. Don't you get it? I am consciousness. I am the universe. We all are. Once how consciousness is expressing itself, all these humans, consciousness is expressing itself through humans. Once these humans stop suffering, once they become happy.
Dude, does anyone else feel like this guy is just trying to waste your time throughout the first, 8 minutes of the video, like talking basically nonsense, like people obviously came to the video trying to understand like how the hell did you gain 1.5 inches and to kind of make sense of it. And he's still talking, and I cut through the first 4.5 minutes, by the way. He's still talking about nonsense.
Once they can become free, the world becomes this incredible place. One of the biggest causes of evil is the insecurity of males. If we could have males that had no insecurities whatsoever, that weren't operating out of ego at all, the world would become an incredible place. So this is just a step in that direction. Do you understand? I hope you do. So, well, I guess it's time to tell you what it is. Let's tell you what it is.
Finally.
Okay, this is going to be incredible because so many people have no idea this exists. I've talked to so many of my friends. They had no idea this exists. I tell them about this, they hop on it right away. Right away.
Dude, does anybody realize like this guy is an excellent salesman? Like throughout the whole 8.5 minutes, he's basically just amping you up, trying to make you excited about that product and that method. And I don't know, I think he's doing a pretty good job. I mean, in my opinion, it's extremely silly. Like if I see somebody like this, first thing I'd probably leave the video, drop a dislike or, like a mean comment or something, because I kind of see the silliness. I believe that he also, when you're trying to be salesy, it needs to be subtle, but he's like over the top. And I don't understand, do people actually like it? Like, are people attracted to this sort of energy? I'm personally not. Like, if I see something like this, my spider senses immediately start tingling. But anyway, let's find out how he gained the 1.5 inches.
Almost everyone I've told about this has hopped on it. They bought it that day. Okay? I've got all of my friends doing this. It is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. What it is, it's called a, drum roll please, blank, can't say the word, family friendly, traction device. This is what it is. Okay? Now, this is the one that's been scientifically studied. Okay? And by the way, the links to the scientific studies are in the description.
Number one, it's full bullshit. I checked the description. There's nothing in it. There's just one link that has promotional links to, other social media of his and his OnlyFans. No scientific study. I did make a whole video, however, in the past about the scientific studies that, basically prove that traction devices do help increase the size of your dick, but I'm like a living proof that it actually works, and I do have the before and after photos. So anyways, let's continue.
This has been shown to increase length in multiple studies. Okay? And it is shown to be safe. Now this is the one that I've been using more recently. By the way, I don't use this anymore. Okay? I have gotten to where I want to be. The 3.5 inches. I want to be that. I want to be that. So this is the one that I have used more recently because this.
Okay, so one thing he's saying is, as I understood, I don't know, maybe you guys interpret it differently, but as I understood, like he reached to 3.5 inches and he basically stopped because this is the size where he wants to be at. Jesus Christ, is that like a prank video? Like, who wants to be at 3.5 inches? Like, pretty much nobody. And if you've gotten to 3.5 inches and you immediately stopped, you're probably gonna lose most of those gains. So in order for you to keep them, you actually need to be wearing the device for a prolonged period of time, like a year or two, to keep those gains. But according to him, as I understood, he got into the 3.5 inches, this massive size, and then he stopped using the device because that's the size he wanted to reach to. I don't know, I'm not buying any of this bullshit.
This one is more comfortable and I can wear it for longer, okay? So how does this work? Just by looking at these things, you could probably guess how they work. It stretches it. It's that simple. What happens when you stretch human tissue? The human tissue goes through mitosis. It creates more cells. Don't believe me? Yes, you do. You know this is true. Look at this lady. The same thing happened to her neck. She gradually increased the tension in her neck over time. You think this isn't real? No, you know this is real. Look at this. Look at this ear. They put this weird earring in their ear. Not judging. It's
okay, so that's like maybe one of the first times where actually making some sense. People did use stretching for a really long time. And you know, you can make your neck bigger, you can stretch your ears. Hell, people actually are getting taller with operations. So what they do is basically they break the bone in your leg and they connect like two devices that stretch your legs out. It's a very painful procedure. It's a very painful operation, but it does work. So people can actually get up to like 10 centimeters in height. It takes over, I don't know, a few months that you have to basically kind of enlarge this device over, you know, a long period of time, and you're gaining basically 1 millimeter per day or something like that. But it's possible. So that actually makes sense.
cool. Express yourself how you want. They put this earring in their ear and it stretched out their ear for months and months, probably years. The cells of the earlobe went through mitosis. It increased the tissue, the amount of the tissue. This happens in all tissue. This can happen in literally all tissue. This is just an amazing truth of the human body. So why can't it happen down here? It can. It can happen down there. Don't you get it? There's nothing stopping you from growing it. You just have to have the right device under enough time. If it is under tension for enough time, it will grow. It's that simple. Science has showed that this works. They have done actual studies on actual humans. And this works. Yes, it takes work. It takes time. But think of it like bodybuilding. It takes time to build a great body. This is another part of the body you can build. So how long does it take? Well, I've used this thing over the past 5 years. I've quit recently. I am actually content, right? Through this whole spiritual process, I've actually become truly content. I really have no insecurities, so I did stop.
Okay, so if what he's saying is actually right, if he did use the device for 5 years, I don't know if that's true or not, but, you know, he might have gained, you know, maybe 35%, say 50%, which is maybe 1 inch, but from 2 inches to 3.5 inches, which again, he's probably just being sarcastic, is not realistic in my opinion. I'm personally like not buying it. But again, I don't know anybody who used the device consistently for 5 years and actually posted a before and after photos to prove his results. And if you know somebody like this, for the love of God, link him in the description of this video below.
Right? Now, how long have I used this thing? 5 years. Over the past 5 years, on and off. So total is about 3 years. And I probably average from about 0 to 2 hours every day. And estimation-wise, probably about 1,500 hours. If you look on forums, you'll see that you can gain an inch about every 1,000 hours that you wear this thing, if you're using it correctly, if you're using it well, if there's quite a bit of tension. Okay? So that's how it works. It is that simple. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. But my phone is vibrating. Stop! I'm filming the most important video of my life and you're calling me. You have to put in the work. But this is a thing that truly can happen. It's happened to me. I swear on my life.
Okay, for the first time he's actually saying something that, makes some sense, which is you do have to put in the work. Like, if he did wear the device like 1,000 hours, I do believe that he might have gained an inch or whatever. Again, it's very difficult to believe it when you don't post before and after photos. But if you are consistent and if you are wearing the device for 3 years, you're gonna see some really big results.
I swear to God, I was insecure about this. This was my biggest insecurity. It was. Besides I put out a video yesterday, my horrible staph infection for 14 years, that was my biggest insecurity. You can watch that video that I put out yesterday, right? But when that was died down, well, yes, the size of that was my biggest insecurity. Now, I truly fixed it. I did. It really does work. So what's holding you back, man? You'll find that nothing is holding you back in life except yourself. The only thing that's holding you back is closed-mindedness in everything in life. Manifestation is real. If you truly believe that something is possible in your mind, you can make it happen. That's just the nature of the universe. It's incredible.
Okay, I'm gonna stop here because I think that's the most important part of the video. By the end of the video, he's actually making quite a few good points, which is if you put in the work and you're actually serious about it, there's no reason why, you wouldn't gain and why you wouldn't improve that part of your body. However, there's a lot of claims that are not backed by proof, and I'm personally pretty skeptical about it. And especially with this kind of psycho smile of his, like this, dude, I don't believe that face. Like, there's something about it that just makes me very suspicious. I don't know about you, but that's me personally. Anyways, so according to Conor Murphy, again, he gained 70-80% of his initial length from using penis enlargement devices, and he did use the vacuum-based devices similar to the one that I'm personally using, the PiniMaster. By the way, all the devices that I use myself and I recommend, I'm gonna link them in the description of this video below, along with my OnlyFans, where you can see the before and after photos. So, whatever I say, I'm actually backing it by proof, unlike Mr. Conor Murphy. Anyways, this is my take on Conor Murphy. I'm happy for him if he did gain 80%, but I would actually appreciate it if he did post before and after photos, because then people would really believe it. Then people would be really motivated, because by the amount of dislikes on the video, I can see a lot of people are as skeptical as I am. And this kind of way of presentation, especially on a topic that is sort of sensitive, I'm not digging it myself. I don't know. You let me know if you like this method of talking or not. And anyways, if you guys like this video, I appreciate it if you leave it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon. Anyways, I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye-bye.